Author's point of view. You and Subin met with each other after your studies and quickly left for the club after getting ready. You both reached as you smiled even though you were feeling terrible. No matter how much you will try to ignore all those feelings for Jungkook, it's just you falling for him deeper. But you still smile for Subin. After all, he is your best friend. Here, Jungkook sitting while gulping each shot as he gasped for air. He's tired of this life of his. Every time he did his work and tried to do his best at the end, he wanted his loved one to be with him. In starting of their marriage, he was a student, so all of us knew for him. He expected Kate to help him, but she didn't bother to. She started being bossy in front of him, making him weak. Jimin never saw his younger like this, so he told him to be tough, and he did. But another thing Kate spat was the death of JK father. So Jungkook did a lot of struggle to build up himself and his company. And in those years, he hated Kate for all her shits, while she being in love, but he never experienced the word called love. Jungkook drank the last shot as he looked around to find places filled with random shit, but he didn't find anyone attractive. It's not like he likes all those stuffs. He never even kissed a girl in his life. He just needs affection. A lot of affection, which he's craving for so long. When his eyes fell on a particular person who caught his eyes, and first sight, none other than you. You came in as girls were drooling over Subin, who was enjoying as well. You enjoy, I will be at bar, you said as he nodded. Hook up with whoever you want, he winked as you rolled your eyes. You looked around when he spot bar. You went there but stopped when you saw him. You and Jungkook looking like a hot meal. You were about to avoid him, but he saw you. His lips curved into a beautiful smile which you can't avoid. As you went to him, sat beside him. One whiskey, you said, the bartender who nodded. Hi, he said with his deep voice in your ears as you shivered. When the bartender gave you your drink, you looked at Jungkook with a smile. Hello, Mr. John, you said as he tugged you some hair strands behind your ears. You're looking gorgeous. Without you knowing, your blood rushed through your cheeks. His compliment made you feel heavenly. No guy has ever made you feel like this yet. Sipping on your whiskey, you felt a stare as he was staring at you. What? You asked as he took your hands and peeked on them. You're so beautiful. Sometimes I want to keep you by my side. You gave him a confused look. Why? He pulled you a little closer to his chest and grabbed your waist. To keep you safe, princess. Only for myself, he said, and made you sit on his laps. You were red by now, as you were about to stand, but he tightened his grip. Why? He asked as you looked at him. I need someone, he said as you looked at him while he placed his head on your chest, snuggling, making you all red by his act. They're so soft. He giggles and looks at you and gave a bunny smile. You know, no one loves me, he said out of nowhere as you stared at him. Please stay with me tonight, he said and started giving wet kisses all over your neck. You took your phone out as you texted Subin about you going home and he replied with okay while he looked at Jungkook. Mr. June, let's go. He stood and followed you while you both walking through corridor. He asked, where are we going? Your house? You replied, but in no time got pinned on wall harshly. You look at him gulping hardly as he glared at you. I don't want to go there. I want to be with you. With that, he smashed his lips on yours, taking you by surprise. Ryan's point of view. The hell he is kissing me. Am I dreaming? His lips so soft, but I cannot do this. He is married, and I am not, I thought, and pushed him while he grabbed my arms and went in one of the room and pinned me against wall. Why? He asked, being hurt as I sighed. You're married, Mr. John, and I'm your friend's daughter. He put his hand on my neck, but I like to be with you. This one night, please, princess, he said as he planted a long peck on my lips. And this is where I lost it. Those lips melted me, and I kissed him back, roughly while he tapped my butt cheeks as I jumped and wrapped my legs around his torso while he made me lay on bed without breaking this kiss. Author's point of view. Both of the couples having their beautiful yet memorable night together. But here, Kate, why is he still not here? She mumbled as she prepared Jungkook's favorite dishes, but he is nowhere to be found. She called Jimin as he picked up. Hello? Jimin said coldly as Kate sighed. She knows Jimin hates her for being a bitch before. You know where Jungkook is? She asked. I don't know. It's not my working hour. I'm sorry. With that, he hung up Kate, rolled her eyes. This short guy getting on my nerves, she said, even knowing she is short in front of the chimney. Next morning, Ryan's point of view. I smile as I stretch my body and hug the person I spent my night with. I opened my eyes as I saw him sleeping cutely hugging me close. He groaned as he pulled a little back and opened his eyes as he saw me. I immediately picked his lips while his expression said something else. Despite being happy, he sat straight. As he saw us naked, he was shocked. Jungkook, I said as he looked at me. I used to call him Mr. John now. After this night, he is Jungkook to me. He was about to stand when I grabbed his hand. Why are you leaving? He avoided my question as he started wearing his clothes. I took my clothes and wore as well. He was about to leave, but I grabbed his arms. Where are you going? I asked as he cupped my cheeks. See, it's just forget, okay? He said, and he was about to leave. What to forget? The night we spent together, or the words you moaned in my ears? The way you gave me new nicknames, or. He turned around to me. See, Ryan, we can't, he said, but I immediately said, why can't we? He just turned around. We just can't, he said as I smiled sadly. Even if I love you, he stopped, almost frozen at his place, while I back hugged him and sobbed. I fell for you from the day I saw you. Please accept me. I can't stop thinking about you. I tightened the grip, placing a small kiss in his nape, even if it was hard for me. He is giant in front of me, while I am too small. He just took my hands off his torso. I don't, he said, and left like nothing happened. Did he really use me, or the love I saw in his eyes was all fake? I fell on my knees and cried, which I never did for a guy, but for him. I couldn't control myself and took out all the pain I was feeling at that time. Author's point of view. Time skips. You walk inside the corridor of your university as you felt someone hugging you. It's none other than Subin, while he seems so happy. You know Kai is coming tomorrow. I nodded. He made me look at him as he bowed. You cried? He asked, while my tears start filling eyes as he took me to my empty classroom. He knows me well. Kai is someone I love, as same as him. He was my another best friend who is bit clingy yet hot material. As soon as he hugged me, I broke into his arms while he patted my back. Soon, I calmed down as I told him what happened. He was still hugging me tight. You dumb, you should know those guys like him are all playboys. You pulled out. See, Ryan, now it's time for you to behold your emotions. Bring that old wine back. I don't want anything to sadden you. You looked away. Well, that Joan is coming to represent our college for sports day, you know? So become bold and avoid him as much as possible. You nodded. But how? You asked as he smirked. Kai is coming tomorrow. He winked as you got his point and smirked as well. Time skip. You got ready for your sports day as Subin came to you while you guys were on corridor. Oh, here is CEO John Jungkook, says one of the students as you looked there when Subin glared at you. Okay, I won't look at him, you said and pouted when JK with his cards entered. You slightly peeked and looked at him. No matter what you say, he is a daddy material, you said as Subin hit your head while JK saw this. Mr. Joan, stay here for a while. I will call principal, one of his guards said as he stood there with his other guards while his gaze turned to you. When Subin pinched your cheeks as you gasped and slapped his arms while he played around as you whined, Jungkook smiled at your childish act. No matter how much I ignore this girl, she makes herself so different and makes me fall for her as well. Yes, I have fallen for her, but I have to avoid it all. Society won't accept us. He sighed. That's when all heard. Hey Ryan, Guy is here. One of your classmates said as you giggled while Subin smiled. Hey baby, you heard Guy, who ran to you while you ran to him, giving him a bone crushing hug. He smiled and spun your fragile body in air as you whispered, Kiss me on cheeks when I pull out. He nodded as you pulled out while he kissed your cheeks and you hugged him while tears left your eyes. It's been 5 years he left for USA. That was genuine feelings for him. And Subin, one who understands you, as he hugged you tight as you both sat in front of Jungkook on bench. Hey baby, I am here, he said as you sobbed. I missed you, you said and hugged him tight. And here Jungkook looked at you hugging and having kisses with the guy. Even you cried for him while his blood boiled. He tightened his fist while Subin sparked. Who the hell he is and why are they so close? He thought, glaring at you both. Time skip. A car came in front of you as you were in the street walking all alone back home from the game. A person got out. Hey Ryan, hop on, he said, smiling as you rolled your eyes, still walking. Come on, your mom told me to pick you up. I have my own car, Mr. Joan, you said as he sighed. It's already drove by a driver, and she told you to pick me up. You glared at him and sat inside, while the whole ride seemed to be silent. You played good, you looked at him. But you are the real player, John. A scar filled with silence only. Nor he dared to talk. Same goes for you as he stopped the car in front of your parents' house. As you both come out. Where are you going? You asked as he sighed. They called me in too. You didn't say anything as he followed you. After getting, you saw your parents already. Mom? Dad? You asked with confusion. Aish, baby, go and get ready. We have dinner at Jeon Mansion. You nodded. You have told me already. Now give me some time. They all agreed as you start talking, while Jungkook told them how amazing you were on your sports day. You immediately took shower and wore your outfit, applying makeup as you walked down. Your parents smiled brightly at you while Jungkook, whose back facing you, looked at you as his heartbeat increased. You smiled at them, then looked at Jungkook, who looked away. Ah, so beautiful, said your mom. You smiled. You looked at JK, waiting for compliment, but nothing came when the door. Who it might be right now? Asked your father. You smiled at him. It's Kai, Dad. They both smiled as Jungkook looked at you. He came from USA. Asked your mom. Yes, Mom. He came back and hugged her while she smiled at him. You took too much time to come. How have you been? Asked your father as Kai smiled back at him. It's all good, Dad, he said as Jungkook clears his throat. Is he Ryan's fiance? He asked, keeping his tone low as your mom and dad smiled. No, Jeon, he's Kai, my cousin's only son, Ryan's brother. Jungkook's eyes widened. From long, he having different vibes, but he came to known as your brother. He smiled awkwardly. Actually, after Kai's father death, he have us, and Ryan too love him endlessly, so we adopted him. He nodded. And Oppa will join us today, you said, holding Kai's arm while he nodded. Can we, Mr. Jung? You asked as he nodded while you all drove to his mansion. Well, he literally thinks of you as my fiance. You laughed. So while you both came out of the car, and that's when your jaw dropped. The hell? He live here? Kai asked, but his gaze followed you when Kate came and held Jungkook's arm tightly. You looked away. It's okay, Kai assured you as you moved inside without looking at him. Reaching inside, you saw a big living room, mostly luxurious. You sat on one of the couch with Kai. Jungkook sat in front of you while Kate beside him. You rolled your eyes as she hugged his arm. You know, I wanna kick her legs, you said to Kai as he was looking at Kate. Brother, you in love? You asked as he nodded. Maybe or maybe not, he said as you smacked his head as he glared at you and grabbed your hair. Leave me, you said. And you, why you smacked me? He angrily said as you screamed on his face. You deserve to have one. As sibling fights start, your mom and dad being embarrassed while Jungkook came and took off Kai's hand from your hair. You should not do this to your sister. He glared at Kai, who looked away. She started, he said as you were about to say something, but Jungkook denied. Come on, Ryan, let's go to the washroom. You can fix yourself there, he said. Jungkook took you to his room as you looked around. Whoa, all you let out. It's so beautiful, you said, looking at him as he patted your back. Go and fix yourself. You nodded, being shy, and went inside the washroom, arranging your hair. Then you heard shuffling sounds as you flinched when you heard someone scream. It was Kate. You tiptoed and peeked outside to see Jungkook and Kate facing each other. Will you be quiet? She is inside. He tried to make her calm, but she glared at him. What you think of yourself? You think I didn't get that she is the one? She said with cracked voice. What, me? What are they talking about? And why was I in the conversation? You thought when she grabbed JK's collar as you gasped. Tell me, Joan, is she the one you love? She asked as your eyes widened and you waited for him to say, but he stayed silent. Okay, got it. But why don't you love me back? She said again, and JK sighed. Shut up. You think I will love back the same woman who treated me as a piece of shit before when I was nothing? She held his hands. That was a mistake, Cook. He yanked her hands harshly. And now I don't want to make mistakes, he said, and about to leave the room, but she grabbed him. Please, Jungkook. I hate your existence, Kate. Please leave me alone, he said as Kate left angrily. You called Kai as he picked up. What? He asked. Kate was crying and went out. Look after her. He immediately hung up at the news. We came out and saw Jungkook holding his head looking downwards. You sat beside him and held his hands. He flinched and looked at you as you gave him an assuring smile. You came? Let's go. His voice cracked. As you held onto him tightly, he looked at you as you hugged him. You know, you can cry with me. He didn't say anything as you patted his back. Not gonna lie, I feel safe. Safe in her arms, he thought and hugged you, this time tightly. You feel warm, he whispered in your ears as shiver ran through your body, making you smile. After some time, he pulled out, let's go. Jungkook, you interrupted as he looked at you. I heard you both. Also, that's something related to me. I want to know why. You like me? He looked in your eyes straight and then looked away. Let's go. You stood. No, tell me. He just walked away. John Jungkook, how much will you escape? I know I will have you and my love will win. He looked at you. And I don't love you. You smiled. Okay then, tonight watch me for the last time. You don't know what I will do at the Maple Bridge. He glared at you. Why in? You cut him off. Let me go, is all you said and went away.